Now for an update on sports stories from across the globe, Ebi Iyomon joins us now. Of course, Aaron will catch up with us a little bit later for an update from the Gateway Games in Ogun State. Good morning, Ebi. A pleasure to see you light up our screens today.
Well, good morning, Vimba. A pleasure to see you as well. Good morning, Rufai, and good morning, Dr. Abati. Well, there's a lot happening, and I'll just move through it quickly. And we'll begin with the Super Eagles of Nigeria, as they have already embarked on their first training ahead of the Unity Cup, which begins tomorrow. That's Wednesday, and they start against Ghana. Now, 25 players were invited into the camp, and 22 players are already in camp. 10 are home-based players and 15 are the foreign-based players. And the coach actually spoke about the reason he invited the 10 home-based players, including Ahmed Musa, who's not been invited for quite a while into the Super Eagles camp. But let's take a listen to what the coach, that's Eric Chell, had to say about inviting the home-based players and ensuring that the world sees their quality.
I spent my time to analyze this player, to analyze the other players. This is my job. And I think they have some quality and they deserve to have a chance. I'm sure about they can bring lots of intensity, lots of aggressivity, lots of envy to play for this jersey, you know. I picked 10 player about 10 player of National League. 10 player, it's and I tell you, they are good player. I think Ahmed is a good player. He's a great player. I think every Nigerian know that. This for me. This is the reality. This is the fact. The second thing, he can bring his quality and he can bring his experience. He know the game, because he play lots of game, lot of big game, so he can bring something to the group. So my vision is like the other player.
Hear from Eric Chell right there. And away from Eric Chell, South Africa that's a little news that may affect the World Cup group of Nigeria. The qualifiers. The South Africa have admitted to erroneously fielding a player who was not ought to be on the pitch. And this, according to FIFA, they are meant to get a point deduction. And the point deduction will ensure that they no longer have 13 points, but they have 10 points, with Nigeria with 7, and we have Rwanda as well as Benin Republic. Mokena was not meant to be fielded, but they claim some little technical issues. We'll see. It looms right now. South Africa will be expecting a decision from FIFA, and we'll see how that impacts on the Group C for Nigeria. And away from that, we have an issue that came up after the NNL game between Gateway SC and Sporting Lagos. Now, after this game, Adebayo Kudus, who was the referee in charge of this match, made a post saying, "Thank God it ended successfully." This was after making some bad officiating decisions that saw Sporting Lagos player being given a yellow card, even after he had scored a goal that was obviously looked legitimate. The goal was ruled as offside. He was given a yellow card. He scored another one and was given another yellow card, which got him sent off. Gateway SC had a penalty, and they eventually went to win that game by 2-1. Now, the NFF had come out to say that the suspension of the referees to ensure that the integrity of the league is still there, and to reiterate their dislike for bad officiating. Well, this should or ought to set the tone for good refereeing in not just the NNL, but in Nigerian Football League in total. And away from that completely, we go to Europe, where the title celebrations went on. Over the weekend, teams finally won the league. We also saw Napoli getting another league title, the second in 3 seasons. Now, they were not able to celebrate their Galatasaray, they were not able to celebrate the other ones they won, but Osimhen was in action there, celebrating, the fans showing him their love for all the goals he scored. We saw all the fans celebrating, the players, Mertens and all. And for Napoli, the club of Osimhen also, which is his parent club, they also got a victory. against Cagliari by 2-0. They celebrated their victory, and it was beautiful to watch because Conte came into Napoli and was able to lead them to another Scudetto win. And big victory for them. They also had Liverpool celebrating their victory as well. They won with so many games to spare. They were not able to celebrate because of COVID in 2020, but they had the opportunity. But what ought to be a very interesting celebration for Liverpool turned into a very sad one, as during the title parade, we had a car driving into the midst of the fans and caused a lot of injuries for the fans. 27 fans in the hospital as we speak. We have 4 children who were also driven by that car. A sad one, a 53-year-old man has been arrested for that particular action. And we already have everyone coming out to talk about this particular incident that ought to be a good one, which turned out to be a sad news for Liverpool fans and football fans in general. And we also had Alonso being unveiled as the new Real Madrid coach. Now, he has a 3-year contract. He is coming back to the club he spent 6 seasons at and won so many trophies after the beautiful seasons he had at Leverkusen. And while he has already left Leverkusen, he said that this is the beginning of a new era as Real Madrid and is hoping to build on the legacy of Ancelotti, who's already resumed his job in Brazil. And we have Ten Hag being appointed by Leverkusen, who is a 2-year deal. And he's going to have a lot of work to do with this team, as we have some players like Frimpong already close to leaving to Liverpool. We'll see what it brews out for these 2 new coaches. And finally, for me, we have tennis. The Roland Garros is on. Yesterday was day 2, and we saw so many results being recorded. Yannick Sinner was in action, and he got a straight set victory. And we also had Carlos Alcaraz getting a straight set victory in his own match. He's the defending champion, and he hopes to do better or do same in this particular tournament. For Emma Navarro, she was knocked out in the first round, a shock loss for her. But they also had a winning couple, that's Stefanos Tsitsipas and Badosa, who defeated Naomi Osaka in that encounter. And Madison Keys also got a victory in her own game. Later today, we have Djokovic in action in the Roland Garros. That's all from me in the world of sports. And we'll go straight to Ogun State, where Aaron Akerijola is standing by.
Aaron, okay.
While we wait for Aaron.
a couple of things as regards to Roland Garros. A very sad one as regards to celebration, but kudos to Osimhen. The big question is, where would Osimhen go next? You know, after we all remember it was last minute he went to Galatasaray there, and he did well. Napoli on the flip also did win. You know, you remember the controversy about Conte saying he's not ready for Osimhen, and Osimhen had to leave. Aaron, what's happening in Abeokuta? I hear it might be the final cutting call for Blessing Oborodudu. She might be retiring after the games. She's a legend for Nigeria. And I hear wrestling has started. What's going on?
Legend. Yes, legend, I must say. And she's actually delivered both nationally and internationally. Talking about Blessing Oborodudu, a remarkable wrestler. But let's get straight into it. Talking about remarkable athletes. Veteran Patience Okon of Cross River State actually won the 400 meters gold yesterday for Team Cross River. And she actually clocked 51.60 seconds, and that was quite remarkable. This is a mother of 2. She's actually been able to show one of the best races we've seen in this particular festival as we speak. Away from that quickly, let's also talk about the fact that Team Edo have swept gold for both men and women in terms of cricket in the T20. Team Edo doing so well there. And in swimming, Aidan Dumeje Abili, a 40-year-old student, winning silver in our 100 meters back. So we've seen 12, 13, 14 doing so well in this particular tournament. And Rufai, Dr. Abati, Team Ogun have been remarkable in the ball competitions because they've got into 6 finals across football, basketball, volleyball, handball, in both male and female categories. Kudos to them. Looking at how things will play out today, a lot is expected from Team Ogun. Also, Team Ogun actually shone true and true in chess. But let's tell you that what to expect today: para table tennis, squash, table tennis, volleyball, kickboxing, cycling, football, shooting, not forgetting judo and hockey. Rufa, you mentioned wrestling. Wrestling is a sweet spot for Bielsa. And today, 46 medals are up for grabs from today till the end of the tournament. And Team Bayelsa are favorites to actually pick up as many as they can. But as we speak, Team Delta are the ones blazing the trail with 171 medals. They've gotten 70 gold, 39 silver, and 62 bronze. Bayelsa second, Rivers third, and Team Ogun fourth. And before we actually go, the chairman of the National Sports Commission spoke about something that I raised, an issue that has been a worrying call for several people that have been to this particular festival. What happens after this festival with all of these massive and glorious facilities? And this is what he had to say about that.
First and foremost, we are very happy that the government, led by the governor, Prince Dafo Abiodun, have imbibed and agreed to the vision of Mr. President that we want to have a sports economy. So how do you have a sports economy in the state? The foundation of a sports economy is having the right infrastructure. So they have all the right infrastructure. So now, as we said, we have to make them to be that platform, to make them to be that foundation to make the economy grow. And that is why, if you look at now already, the government and us are thinking ahead. After this festival, we're immediately hosting the Africa Under 18 Athletics Championship, Under 18, Under 20. The whole of Africa will come out here again. Over 3,000 athletes, all over Africa, the officials, and we hold the Africa Under 18 Athletics Championship. The facilities will be in use already. The accommodation will be in use. The economy of the state will still keep benefiting from what they have done. Because most of those people that are coming with dollars actually anyway, spending dollars here to do that. After that, we are having the WAFU Under 17 Championship also. For WAFU Under 17 Football Championship, it's going to happen here. After that, even the friendly matches for the Falcons, Cameroon will play Nigeria here twice. One here in Abeokuta, one here, one in Ikene to do that. So already the platform is being set to make Ogun State one of the hub for Nigerian sports. All
right, we hope this falls true and true. Because if that happens, Ogun State will be the better for it.
Well, thank you very much, Aaron. Unfortunately, we've run out of time, but you know, all the organizers seem to be doing well, from the National Sports Commission to the Ogun State government and the local organizing committee, despite the generator house fire at the Jeja Alake Sports Complex and the power outage during the 10,000 meters final on Sunday, where the race had to be completed in pitch darkness. But Ogun State is doing very well. That's good news to at least two of us on this table. And we thank Governor Abiodun, who has given special bonuses to Team Ogun, 2.5 million for gold medal, 1.5 million for silver medals, and 1 million for those who win bronze medals. I'm sure Ogun State will get to the top of the table, despite the determination of Bayelsa and Delta State. But it's okay. This is sports. Thank you very much, Aaron. And I see you are still looking very good. Enjoying yourself. Don't worry. The old thing we end by May 31.
You say you can't complain, but it's so good to him.
The end of May 31. I will be back in the studio here with us.
You can't complain.
Anyway, thank you very much.